There's a great big story here. This pen here, that one. I'm trying to focus and do two things at once. Is what we're talking about, and to those who are in the know, the cognoscenti, this thing right in the middle, this, that one there. I'm too close to seeing, but anyway, this is, by the way, the haul from the Boston Pen Show, the Commonwealth Pen Show. It's insane what I absconded with, and there's a story in every single one of these pens. I mean, a lot to tell. But anyway, so this guy or gal, take your pick. It was a suitable trophy for every sport in 1929, or so we thought. So, had this sort of thing going on. Really impressive. It was a kind of a look. It's Waterman's desk sets make appreciated trophies. Well, how about that? Here we are in San Francisco and all over the place, and in gold and silver. Right? We've been there. Here's this like $250 pen. It's like insane. Diamond special. Like, what? That's retarded. It's insane. All right. And then we've got the Waterman's latest models in sterling silver, which are great, and they're all worth crazy amounts because people love them. And then we've got this stuff, and we've seen that before. But then we get something a little bit interesting after these, what the heck's going on here? The gift for brand new shiny A, B's, and high school diplomatists. What is a diplomatist? My God, the crazy marketing isn't so new, is it? And look at this. We've got these really crazy, wacky ripples now. They're not just red anymore. That's blue-green. It's so beautiful. 1929. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And then we get this whole... What is going on here? Are you Busby Berkeley? I'm tripping my brains out. And then we get this. And we're going to take a look today, if only even briefly, at this olive pen. $5. Not cheap. Actually more expensive than the Rose Ripple, which is currently, I think, a bit more valuable, if I recall correctly. But here's the crazy part. This is not what you think. This is not a Waterman's 94 in olive ripple. It looks like it, but it's not. And right at the very end of the pen show, hello pens, aren't we pretty? Yay, they were pretty. As everybody was cleaning up, Pierre Gustafson, of course, with whom I seem to have this really fascinating, odd connection, pointed out this remarkable pen that Lindsay Rand had, and I got it for a fairly decent price, I think. And now it needs, needs to get cleaned up. It needs a sack and that sort of thing. But what a great pen. I dipped it just a moment ago in this stuff, Waterman, Paris, Encre Bleue, Inspiration, Inspired Blue ink, it's like, it's Inspired Blue. Here's the box. All right, so check out this pen, though. So this is it's not a Waterman's, it's actually an Aiken Lambert, an Alco, from probably 1929. Aiken Lambert had been a company that had made all sorts of stuff for Waterman's. My understanding is they made the bodies, they made the nibs. I know they made the nibs. I think my understanding is actually the bodies at this time. This is the late 1920s. This is about 1929 or so. that this had actually been the pen body was probably made in Seymour by the HP&E Day Company, is my understanding. I hope to be corrected if I need to be, but anyway. But it's a great example. The imprints are amazing on this thing. If you know anything about these pens, you'll look at that pattern. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Yeah, it's fabulous. This is made by hand. I mean, they stirred these different components of the rubber together by hand. And look at that. That's a really good example, I think. Look at it. It's so 3D. It's crazy. And you've got this nutty imprint. If we can get the imprint in here. I'm going to unscrew the cap here. And by the way, I hope you can see some of the detail here. That's the nib. I dipped it earlier. It's kind of a small nib, but it's a great writer. The funny, long, skinny Aiken-Lambert feed. If you know the Waterman's spoon feed, you know it looks, in many ways it's the same thing. It has the same profile, but it's just wider and doesn't have that sharp top. You know, this is just like a skinny thing, but it works really well. But I'm going to show you this imprint. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, the way they imprinted these things, what they did is they took a hot dye, and with the text, they just, you know, in the dye that was heated up, there's a sort of like a printing block that you might use for paper. They just popped it into the pen, hard rubber pen. And it did a really cool thing where it sort of melted the edges. And this pen actually has enough detail, and it's been preserved well enough that you can actually see it. So here, if I can get the lens to play nice, it will actually do that. There we go. Nice. Or it was. Come on. You can see that Aiken-Lambert, sort of. Come on. Great, great pen. Anyway, with any luck, I'll get it focused a bit better. Let's see, can we do that? There we go. Too cool. Anyway, great pen. It'll just give you a little taste of how great this is. I mean, I can't even control it. It's so wonderful. It's so great. This is fantastic. Someone had asked recently how good this pen is. Is it as good as a Waterman's? There you go. Right? look at this line, man. I mean, I'm gonna zoom in here. It's grainy. I know. I apologize, but look at this line. Watch. It's a great pen, man. Just great.